Alright, shalom and welcome back to another video of reading through the Gospel of Matthew, Be'ivrit in Hebrew. And isn't it so wonderful to just kind of slow down and read a chapter of the Bible, just word by word, verse by verse, and kind of, read it in a different language. Maybe this is the language they would have spoken it in. So for me, it's just kind of nice just to kind of take a deep breath, to slow down, and to look at this, like I said, understanding and grasping each and every word from a Hebrew perspective. Matthew is a very Jewish book. Matthew wrote this intentionally linking it with a lot of prophecies from the Hebrew Bible. He's writing primarily to a Jewish audience that is presumably very familiar with a lot of these prophecies, which we'll get to here in a little bit. But we're working our way through the generations of Yeshua. And we're now in Matthew chapter 1 in verse 12. And we learned a lot. We've learned about the word holid. We've learned about et. We've learned tons and tons of names. And then in our last video, we learned about the Ge'ulah, and how the Ge'ulah is the separation from the presence of Hashem, from God. It's the removal of the people of God from His land and into a place of exile, Ge'ulah. But it's in the Ge'ulah that sometimes we experience revelation. Now, I failed to mention in the last video that one of my heroes in the faith, Izzy Avraham, who I've learned a great deal from in terms of Hebrew and biblical studies. Izzy Avraham is on YouTube, the Holy Language Institute. If you want to look up a fascinating and really amazing study on the Ge'ulah and specifically its meaning, it can mean revelation, it can mean to roll away a stone, to roll a stone. Definitely check his out on Holy Language. I'll try to link his video down in the description below so you guys can watch that. But he goes into way more depth than what I did on the Ge'ulah. All right, or the Galut. All right. So we learned that the Galut was in Bavel, which is Babylon, and that became the agent of God's divine punishment in exile. For the Galut, the exile. Oh, we also learned the Hitgalut is the revelation, right? And the book of Revelation in Hebrew is called Hitgalut. All right? Well, we're going to move on to verse 12. We're going to cover some pretty good ground today, so hang on, buckle up, and here we go, verse 12. Le-achar, and this is and after, Shehug Lu. This is after the exile. Bavela in Babylon. Holid Yechan Yahu. Et Shealtiel. Ushealtiel holid et Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel holid et Avihud. Avihud holid et Eliakim. Ve'Eliakim holid et Azur. Azur holid et Tzadok. Tzadok holid et Yachin. Ve'Yachin holid et Elihud. Elihud holid et Eleazar. Eleazar holid et Matan. Umatan holid et Yaakov. Yaakov holid et Yosef. Now we know this name, don't we? Yosef, presumably named after Yosef in Genesis, means to supplant, to add on to. Yosef Baal. Now Baal means to be a master or a husband to. Baal. Miriam. Asher Mimena. Nolad Yeshua. Hanikra. Now to kara means to call out or to draw near. So Hanikra means and he was called. He was called. Who was called? Mashiach. This is Messiah, anointed. Uvchen kal hadorot. So, in total, there was generations. Hadorot. A door is a generation. Biblically speaking, a generation is about 35 years. We get this from the book of Job. We could deduce that a generation, a door, is 35 years, biblically speaking. So this is the plural form of this, that the generations. Me Avraham, from Abraham. So the generations from Abraham, ad David, to David, arba'a asar. It was 14 dorot, 14 generations. Okay? Umi David, and so from David, ad galut, to the galut in Bavel. Guess what? Arba'a asar. It was 14 dorot, 14 generations. Umi galut Bavel. So from the Umi galut, from the galut in Bavel. Oh, I'm sorry. I misspoke up here. This is from David to. I think I said that wrong. From David to the galut in Bavel is 14 generations, and then from the galut in Bavel ad Hamashiach. So from the galut in Bavel to Hamashiach, the Messiah, arba'a asar dorot. So it's another 14 generations. So this is really interesting. We made it through the genealogy of Yeshua. Matthew is making a point here by doing this. Now, what did you think about this so far? How many women are in the genealogy of Yeshua? Things to think about. How many people are of ill repute in the genealogy of Yeshua? So how many generations total are there? We have 14 from Abraham to David, 14 from David to Bavel, and then 14 from Bavel to Yeshua. This arba'a asar. So 14 times 3, that gives us 42 dorot. What is Matthew trying to do there? Why is he spacing these out? Why didn't he just make it continuous 42 generations? What is he trying to say? Well, a lot of theories abound about this topic. 14, it could be because David's name in Hebrew, the Dalet, Vav Dalet, has a value of 14 because you take a 4, 6 plus 4, that's 14. So David also is the 14th name listed in the genealogy. So maybe Matthew's putting an emphasis on Yeshua's link to David, to his kingship. It's very possible. 14 equals David. David is the 14th person listed. Why the 42? Again, a lot of theories abound, but like I said, if you take the 35 years per generation, per door, and you multiply it by the 14 generations that we have total, you get 490 years. Why does that ring a bell? Well, you go back to Daniel chapter 9, there's 7 70s till the coming of the Anointed One. 7 times 70 is 490. So is Matthew maybe making a link here to Daniel chapter 9 and the coming of the Anointed One, who was to be cut off from the land of the living and have nothing? It's possible. It's possible. We don't know with 100% certainty, because Matthew doesn't just put in there just straight up, hey, this is what's going on here. We know that the number 42 has all kinds of deep numerical value that we could derive from it. Like 42 is the numerical value for the word a lion. 42 is the numerical value for a flame, or God is glorious. So all kinds of meanings that we could derive from this. And that's the beauty of this, is we don't have to know with 100% certainty why Matthew's doing this. We can make speculation, we can dig into the text, and we can, kind of try to figure out what is this. And that's the beauty of grappling with this and wrestling with this. And as you delve into this language, it opens up all kinds of possibilities for you. And that's the way it should work when you're studying the Bible. And I'm fully convinced that as you study the Bible, you should experience God's limitlessness. And every time you answer a question, it should open up 2 more questions. And that's the beauty. That's us, him just kind of whetting our appetite with this. So I hope this video has done that for you. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.